Good morning and welcome to the Really Help the Club, and I'm Sarah Austin, and this is our Instagram live series where we shine the spotlight on different members of our network, and we chat to different entrepreneurs, different business owners, leading figures within our community and within our network. And this morning I'm going to be chatting to Anna Strozek. So Anna, who Anna, hopefully we're going to get you on. So Anna is a psychonutritionist. Now, I just can't wait to hear her talk about what a psychonutrition
Good
is. Right, good
morning,
morning.
Sarah.
Hello,
Thank you
Anna,
for
how are
having me.
you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. How are you today?
Good. I'm very good, thank you very much. I'm still slightly sort of funny
This
hair
is one
moment
of
today. It's been a
those
little while.
days, I
But,
think
but nice,
couldn't get them together.
eh, exactly. Anyway, so Anna, I was just explaining to anyone that's watching. This is our In Conversation series. This is where we shine the spotlight on different members of our community. This is where we talk to you about you and learn about your background, your journey, the why, the passion behind your business, why you do what you do, and how you help others. So let's start with that journey, because I always think that hearing someone's journey, where they've come from, is every bit as interesting as the destination itself. So tell us a little bit about you, Anna Strozek. How did it all
Thank you.
start?
So it all started, the journey of me becoming a psychonutritionist started probably around when I was around 9, 10 years old, because this is when my battle with food started. Because I was bullied because of my size. And the reality is that I didn't know what was happening back then. I knew that something was wrong with my body because everyone was laughing. Even if I wasn't a very big kid, I was just a little bit bigger. But I wanted to do something with that, however, I couldn't. And then a few years later, the journey started, the journey of 25 years of being constantly on and off diets, of losing weight, gaining weight, keeping it my big secret. The emotional eating started when I was actually really small, because I realized that if I eat in public, people make comments, people say something, or people just laugh. So what I started doing, it's basically I started eating in secret. Then high school, a lot of different diets. Then when I was at uni, it was pretty much the same. And something what I really couldn't understand was the fact that why I was losing weight, but I could never keep those results. And then when I finished uni, everything was still the same. By that time, I already had binge eating disorder and non-purging bulimia. However, I was still not telling anyone about this. And then when I graduated and started working in my finance job, because my background is in economics, so I started working for the corporate world. It was really challenging in the beginning, not because the work was hard, but the reality that I was always that smiling person. I was always the one who can help everyone. I was getting really great results as well, and I had a lot of friends. And from the outside, if someone was looking at me, I was really happy person. But my biggest secret was still that I eat in when I hide. And I realized only after some time, I realized that all that stress, all that pressure which I had was basically a vicious circle of eating. So I got to the point where I literally felt like I put my life on hold, simply because every time when I was going for holiday, I was avoiding pictures. I was in that constant shame and guilt ocean. I was literally swimming there, and I would be just hiding. I would be just avoiding.
Because you were
Yes,
ashamed of
even
your
if my
body.
body wasn't very big, because
Okay.
sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't. I was fluctuating between 12 stone and 18 stone, but my relationship with my body definitely wasn't healthy. So yeah, so this is what was happening. And then I was 34 years old, so it was exactly 4 years ago when I just heard the voice in my own head that I can't do this anymore. I can't hide anymore because it was just too much. I started being really, really depressed as well, of course, on the inside. And I told my best friend about my biggest secret. I told her that I've been binge eating in secret, that I've got non-purging bulimia, and I really don't know what to do. And I remember her reaction, and funny enough, it was exactly 4 years today. And she said, I've known you for 16 years, and I would never say that you had any problems with eating. And I almost felt like I was wearing a badge of honor because that was my big success. It's I could hide it from the world. And 2 days after that, I met my psychonutritionist, and I really started believing that there is hope for me after trying those hundreds of diets and hundreds of different things. And yes, after a few weeks of working with my psychonutritionist, I realized that I knew nothing about losing weight because it's nothing about food. Most of this is actually about psychology, and I need to get this sorted first, so then I can start making some changes. And yes, and I literally fell in love with psychonutrition. I went back to uni. I studied psychonutrition, and after graduation for 2 years, I was collaborating with different psychonutritionists. And within 2 years, we helped over 500 women and men to change their lives and actually to start getting completely different results. And most importantly, to understanding themselves better, because for me, that's the journey.
What a story. 34. It was your sort of turning point, your big moment, but it began as a child. So presumably for almost 30 years, you carried this burden, which is enormous, isn't it? Absolutely enormous. So I salute you for the recognizing that moment and having the courage to thank goodness your great friend somehow found that catalyst, that moment. And so nature's a very interesting thing, isn't it? That it's how we do dissemble to protect, to cover up, to somehow to cover up our own vulnerability. We believe makes us stronger, but in fact was just perpetuating
Absolutely.
the problem. And so so how courageous, what a pinpoint moment for you, and to be able to literally look back on it and to be able to even pinpoint the exact day where
No,
your
thank
life
you.
changed. So
Thank you
well
so
done you.
much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Well done you. So gosh, so there you are, you're in finance, this success. So I assume I'm assume sort of earning good money, all that corporate, sort of security in many ways, but not in others. And then that pivotal moment in your life, you then discover psychonutrition, and we're going to delve in a minute about what that means, because I think that needs some unpicking. And your life started to change. So tell us about how you went from finance, which was this sort of kind of your life, your structure, your professional label and stuff. You started your own journey, but how was then
Yes,
your own business
so
born?
I really enjoyed working in finance. I am one of those people who I do believe that if we like what we are doing, we are much better at this. So I really enjoyed working in finance. But the moment I graduated and started working with my own clients, I could feel that there is something more in me. I really want to do something different because the results which I was getting in my finance work were one thing. But then when I started seeing the results I can actually my work can make in other people's lives, there was I couldn't compare it. There is no comparison. So it was actually earlier on this year. I've been thinking about opening my own business for the last 2 years, but it was earlier on this year when I met with a good friend of mine. We've known each other for some time, and we just met for a coffee, just for a catch-up coffee. And back then, I didn't even realize that she was a business coach. We had a conversation, and I literally, during that conversation, had that massive realization that I need to do something different with my life. I really want to dedicate myself to a greater purpose than what I was doing on a day-to-day basis. And we started working together, and I opened my business. I created my program, and pretty much within the first few weeks, I started working with clients. And then I was still giving myself some time to work in my corporate world, simply because it's about the security, as you said, and it's a big step. And then
Absolutely.
after for a few months doing my work and my business after hours and at the weekends, I decided that I need to make a decision, because integrity is one of my big values. And when I decided to resign, and when I spoke to my boss, I did say to him that I just don't want to find myself at the point that I only pay 50% of my attention to this and 50% to my business or my clients, because I would be doing this service to both, and I wouldn't feel very good with that. So yeah, so I made that decision. I do have to say that I'm a massive fan of self-growth, and I'm a massive fan of changing the mindset, of working on the mindset, and definitely working for the last 2 years on those two helped me to overcome the anxiety and everything else what would be happening when you make such a big decisions. But I left my corporate world actually a month ago now, so that was extremely a great decision, and I am really pleased with that, because now is completely different. Now I can focus on what I can provide to everyone, and I'm really, my big mission in everything what I'm doing now is just disturb that conversation about emotional eating, because a lot of people think that they don't emotionally eat. And then when I start talking to them, they're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I do emotionally eat. Because I myself didn't realize that, food was my best companion. Food was there when I felt lonely, when I felt tired, when I felt bored, when I felt anxious or sad, or when I felt happy. And some people really just think that this is the way they are. But the reality,
And is all eating emotional?
yes,
Because we all have a
we all have
relationship
a
with food.
relationship, but
And yeah, we all have a relationship with food, and you're right. We have, and that relationship seems to change if you are according to your place. You are, me too, Anna. There you go, me too. And
I know that.
thank you, Natasha. Thank you for joining. Do pop. What I didn't say is actually, if anyone's got any questions, if they've worked with Anna, do pop something in the comments box. If you want to say something, we love this. And but also, if you've got any questions you want to put to Anna,
Absolutely.
we'll try and sort of weave those in as well. Um, and and of course, it's that kind of habit thing as well. So you can be, you can be really sort of disciplined, or just have your diet just be fine, and then something comes from the left. Something goes bang, or you're extremely tired, or you get out of sync. You're hungover, or you're extremely tired, extremely stressed, extremely, all these things that so many of us have to kind of
Absolutely.
deal with through our lives. And so that kind of emotion is, well, I need a bit of comfort, therefore I will reach for this, and I'll just, I just wait. I
Yeah.
just will sort of let it go for a bit, because I know I can put it back, but I need a bit of sort of comfort. I need a bit of put me up and stuff. So does everybody have a emotional relationship with food, or am I not
It's
understanding this
I
right?
believe that everyone has emotional relationship with eating, or everyone can eat emotionally, but there are completely different degrees of that.
Mm,
Because what it looks like, and the
yeah,
searches are showing that if someone has a healthy relationship with eating, normally it would take around 20% of their daily thinking. What to do for dinner, what to do for lunch, shopping, thinking about exercising, thinking about their bodies. But for someone who's got unhealthy relationship with eating, those thoughts take up to 85% of their daily thinking, because there is also a lot of shame and a lot of guilt around it. So basically, it depends how often we think about eating and what kind of role food is playing in our life, because we all eat. That's probably the biggest challenge when we want to overcome emotional eating or emotional not eating, because some people might eat too much, some
mm,
people might eat not enough, because they would be punishing themselves with
yeah,
not eating. And the
Yes.
important so the important thing here is that we just can't stop completely eating. If we want to give up cigarettes or give up alcohol, we can just stop do it completely, cold turkey. In this case, with eating, we can't because we need food. That's why it's so important to just understand why we are actually eating, finding those reasons. And there is always a reason why we eat when we are not hungry. Because the reality is that emotional eating is not a problem. This is just a solution. This is a coping mechanism. And you mentioned habits, and we are just used to doing a lot of things. It might be the case that when we were smaller, we were coming back from school at 3 o'clock, and our mom was always greeting us with something sweet. And in our adult life, it's 3 o'clock, and all of a sudden we just feel like we need to have coffee and a cake, and we don't know why it's happening. And it's just part of us. But the reality is that there are always some links, or it might be.
There's a DNA. It's in your DNA. It's kind of that association of, you're absolutely right. It's kind of that warm, cuddly feeling, even as a 40 something or 50 something, of, yeah, my mum used to pick me up from school and there would
Yes,
be
absolutely.
that
And
little treat.
we also need to remember that, when we were newborns, the only food which we had was the milk. It could be, from the bottle or from our moms. And that sweet and fatty taste is something what was bringing us comfort, something what was making us happy. Every time when we were crying, no matter how we were feeling, we were getting that in response. And then there is really a massive connection between the fact that we really like chocolate, or we really like those creamy things when we feel a little bit sad, or we feel a little bit anxious. And you know what? When I think about it, it's actually that that scene from American movies that, when you break up with your boyfriends, all your friends come around with a big pack of ice cream, and you just talk about life and eat ice cream. And this is where it comes from.
Isn't it? Isn't it? You could walk past the counter and not have a Ben and Jerry's or anything, and then the moment your life collapses, all you want is cookies
Absolutely,
and
and this is
cream
where
ice
we
cream.
are finding comfort.
You know,
And also the other thing is that it's marketed very, very strategically as well, because you can find chocolates and processed food pretty much everywhere, because it's so easy to reach it.
yeah.
And yeah, if we don't provide enough nutrition to our bodies will be just looking for more and more and more food. So yes.
So so for Journey, I mean, you have had quite a lot of light bulb moments in the last 4 years. The recognition that you were yo-yo dieting, this was your relationship with food was really the driver behind so much of your life, the career change, and this realization of the new you. And the new you comes with a new, a new life, a new business. I mean, it's the well, we'll come on to talk to you in a minute about kind of, the business, what you've learned in business, and your insights and stuff. But that is an enormous pivotal moment in your life. This last 4 years has been massive. Stepped out of a corporate world, security. You have changed, and you're now making a difference to other people's lives. So tell us about the courses, because so if someone's watching this and they're going, well, yeah, actually, I think what Anna is talking about is kind of resonating with me. Then actually, I do comfort eat. I do think about food, or I do deny myself food. I think that is a very interesting concept in itself. The opposite. We always think about this from the point of view of gorging, of treating ourselves. But denial I think is again another very interesting thing to get our heads around. So tell us a little bit about the courses, and maybe sort of bring that to life with a couple of examples of people you've helped, because I think that will resonate with people who are watching this either now or watching later, and to see,
Absolutely, thank
could
you.
you help them?
Yes, so when I opened my business, I created a program called Feed Your Body, Not Your Mind, which is a 3 month program based on weekly coaching sessions. So we see each other once per week. I provide a lot of content, the content which is based in psychology, in mindfulness, in self-growth, and in working on mindset as well. Because you mentioned that something might be in our DNA. I would rather say that something is just in our subconscious. And this is the program which is running our life. And the moment we bring it from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind, we are able to change it. So when it comes to the program, the inspiration for my program came from definitely from my own journey and how I helped myself, or what helped myself, what helped me. And now, yes, so when it comes to the program, I provide a very safe space, because everyone who's on the program is sharing similar struggles. It might be, the situations might be completely different, but the relationship with eating is really, really similar. And because we all recognize during the program that relationship with food is actually a mirror reflection of mirror relationship with ourselves, the moment we start making changes with food, we start making changes in our life. To give you a good example, I was hiding with eating for 25 years of my life, and then I realized, okay, so where else was I hiding? And then I realized that I was hiding pretty much everywhere. I wasn't just open; I was ashamed to be open about myself. So with the program, who comes to my program is actually a great question, because I work with various clients. So those might be the clients who eat too much or they don't eat enough. There might be clients, most of my clients are actually really good experts at nutrition, because they've done hundreds of different diets and they've spent years and years yo-yoing as well. There are clients who might have exactly the same like myself in the past, wardrobe in 3 different sizes, because they never know what size they're going to be next month or month after, because they are not in control of anything. Clients who might be eating very healthy during the week, but at the weekends there's just like, there are no rules. I can eat whatever I want. Or they might be clients who struggle with eating as well. So I've been working with someone, let's say she just finished the program 2 weeks ago. When she came to me, she couldn't actually eat, and she was still gaining weight. The doctors were saying that everything is fine, but she just couldn't eat. Every time when she was eating, she didn't feel very well, and we knew that it was emotional based in emotions. So as a big part of my program, we work on emotions. We literally just learn about them, and we learn about how to process them, and to find those reasons why we actually eat. So yeah, when she finished the program, she started eating normally. She lost actually 2 dress sizes. After 8 weeks, she said to me, "And I just don't want to lose any more weight because I'm happy with where I am." But there also lots of different examples. One of my latest clients as well, she wasn't leaving house for 2 years because she was too ashamed of the fact that she put the weight on again, and she promised herself so many times that she wouldn't do it. And she started drinking as well. So she was drinking for all over 3 years, just every day a little bit, just a little bit of wine in the evening. And yeah, she just isolated herself. And I remember when after 2 weeks she sent me a voice note saying, "Anna, I have no idea what's happened, but I'm just coming back from the swimming pool, and today is the day number 7 with no alcohol in 3 years." And within 3 months, she lost 2 stones. She's a completely different person. She gained so much confidence. She doubled her success in business as well. She repaired the relationships with her family as well, because she literally started living different life, not the life of shame and guilt. But I also work with clients who are perfectly fit and they are really slim, and you would never say that they've got any issues with weight. And they just keep to me saying, I just can't control myself. I just keep thinking about food all the time. What shall I do?" And yes, a lots of clients who actually studied nutrition came to me because they said to me, "I know what I should be doing. I really know everything, but I just don't know how to do it." And then we change the mindset, and we work on the deep reasons why we start eating. And big part of the program is working on those subconscious beliefs. And just to give you some examples of the power of our subconscious mind, if we really believe that we've got so many things on our shoulders, our body will help us with that, and our body will keep the shoulders big to help us deal with those problems. If we feel unseen, or if we feel unheard, or if we are afraid of being seen by others, and we just want to be very small and always hide, our subconscious mind will really help us with that, and it will make our size bigger just to protect us. And it's literally like our subconscious mind is saying, "Don't worry, I've got you. You can hide behind me." And it's really, really powerful. And the same with abuse. If abuse or bullying, if we were bullied when we are small, and I believe that most of us were bullied, because kids are amazing, but sometimes really mean. Then when we are small, we just want, deep inside, we just want to be bigger because we want to be stronger. We want to stand up for ourselves. And that's the reason why our subconscious mind is okay, I will help you. I will make you bigger, not taller, not stronger. Subconscious mind is really, really direct in everything. And when we do the sessions and when clients realize that some of those are their beliefs, sometimes realizing the belief is enough to start literally shrinking without doing too much. So yes, so this is what we do.
That's absolutely amazing. If this is resonating with anyone that's watching this now, or they, or watching catch up later, how do they get in touch with you? Because I think, again, you've covered a really broad spectrum of areas there, which I think will resonate with a lot of people. And so they may be thinking, gosh, I just want to find out, I just want to get in touch with her, share how I'm feeling, share my journey, because, this is so personal. How do they get in touch with
That's a
you?
great question. Thank you. Please just get onto my Instagram profile and just send me a DM. Or also in some of the links you can book a free discovery call. I do free 30-minute discovery calls, and yeah, I would love to hear from
Excellent.
anyone who's watching and it might resonate, because we could have this conversation, Sarah. I think we could easily have that conversation for 5 hours, and I wouldn't be able to give you all the examples of what we are doing. So
Well, of course, because I would imagine that huge numbers. And again, I belong to a kind of a menopausal generation. And again, it's those moments of transition where your relationship with yourself, with others, with your body, so much of it is coming under pressure and uncertainty. And, you are that word, which I can never say, discombobulated, which is challenging, it's confusing, and mindset is so important. It's a driver of so much, and but mindset and how that relates to food, because as you're right, we fuel
absolutely,
ourselves each day with food, and and we need to get it right for ourselves, but not just for ourselves, but for those who matter to us as well. So very conscious of time here, but just sort of tell us, I mean, you've worked with a lot of people, you've gone through your own journey yourself. What would you say you find the most
I'll
rewarding aspect of what you
definitely
do?
seeing transformations of my clients. There's no better feeling when I talk to them, and even on our sessions during the program, there are lots of moments when we just get emotional because those changes are real.
Gotcha.
If it feels like if we live in a cage for most of our life and we don't even realize that we are living in a cage, and all of a sudden it's not even someone giving us the key. All of a sudden we are able to make our own key, open that cage, and it just gets out. There's completely different life. So this is the most rewarding thing, seeing the transformations, not only in my clients but also in their families. And I know how incredible it is because I am a walking result of my own work. So I know how difficult it might be in the beginning and how mind-blowing it is on the other side.
Thank you for sharing that. And here you are, we touched on this earlier. You took that enormous step of leaving the financial world, which would have come with all sorts of comforts and security, be it financial, be it just professional, structural, that external wrapper of this is what I do and I have this structure in my life and things. So if someone is watching this, and here you are, I mean, you haven't been running your own business for that long, but you still, I imagine, got that early days feeling of what would be your advice to someone who is thinking about starting their business, or is even at the same stage as you. What are the insights that
I
you
would
want to share
definitely
at this stage in your
say
journey?
get a good business coach. Because I'm a big fan of coaching anyway, but when you when you can work with someone who can show you the steps, what you need to do, it doesn't matter how much resistance you've got in you because you are learning something new. They always know what would be better for you. They can see where your business is going within the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years. And that's why, yes, doing this is definitely, having a business coach is great because they can see the blind spots as well, which we are not able to see. And also, if you are passionate about what you are doing, this is absolutely amazing because, you know, the energy that goes everywhere before you, and then you can talk to everyone. It's like, I keep laughing that wherever I go, I just keep talking about my business because anyone who eats might be my potential client, and then might need my help. So why wouldn't I talk to anyone? So definitely, yes. If
Well, you can see your smile is etched on your face, and it comes. You can see the joy in your life, the joy in what you do is evident, and you know you can't fake that. You know you can see it's absolutely it's absolutely there. So yeah. So thank you, and I guess here we are. You know, you're very early days in this. You know, your pivotal moment was just 4 years ago, and you know, we were to sort of look forward, say another 1, 2, 3 years, and then sort of look in that rear view mirror. What do you think you'd be saying to us? What's your plan? What is Anna
so
Strozek's vision? What are we going to be looking like?
I'm definitely going really big with the program because I can see how impactful it is on people's lives. So definitely, program is something that will be growing for the next years, but also collaborations. I'm starting to work with companies to do workshops about well-being because I know myself how how little we talk about how we really feel, and now it's a big topic as well. Our well-being is a big topic. So working with the corporate world to bring more awareness to how emotional eating is impacting all areas of our life. And also, what I will be starting very soon is collaborating with schools, because my big dream is to reach to those who are teenagers and they have no idea what is happening in their lives, and they just find food as a massive comfort. And if someone could have helped me when I was 15, 16, 12, that would be the biggest change in my life. So I really want to collaborate with schools to educate not only teenagers but their parents as well, because the impact is so massive. So definitely this, plus collaborations with a lot of successful individuals, because eating goes together with fitness, goes together with mindfulness, goes together with everything. So yes, it really, sky is the limit. That's where I am at this moment.
Anna Strozek, it has been an absolute pleasure. The
Thank you
sky's
so
the limit.
much.
I wish you well.
Thanks for
Thank you very much for joining us this morning,
thank you so
and
much.
thank you very much to everyone who has joined us and for all your comments. It has been a joy, an education, and
Thank you so much, Sarah.
absolutely fascinating.
Take
Thank you
care
very
then.
much indeed.
Thank you, everyone.